Welcome to Aquaponics Automated. On this channel, we cover everything relating to sustainability and automation. If you don't know what aquaponics is, you're in luck, because that's exactly what we'll be talking about today. But enough talking, on to the video. Before we dive into all the technicalities and benefits of aquaponics, we must first identify what it is. We can get a general idea just from the word itself, aquaponics. The first part of aquaponics is aqua, which obviously refers to water. In addition to referring to water, though, aqua is also referenced in aquaculture, which is the farming of fish. And yes, you can farm fish. This indicates that aquaponics uses both water and fish. Wow! The suffix of aquaponics is ponics, which comes from the Greek word for work, or labor. This doesn't really matter. Similar to aqua, it directly relates to a farming method. In this case, hydroponics. Hydroponics is a farming technique where the plants have no soil, but instead just grow in water. So, aquaponics not only has fish, but also plants. And the fish and plants benefit each other in the system. The plants do this by eliminating the need for a filter and filtering the water themselves. The fish help the plants by supplying them with nutrients in the form of waste, causing the system to not need to have nutrients added into it. A very naive but somewhat accurate definition of aquaponics is that it is fish and plants working together for sustainability. But we need something a bit more technical. A much better definition would be that aquaponics is a farming/gardening technique where the ammonia in the form of feces from the fish is converted by bacteria into nutrients in the form of nitrates for the plants. The plants then clean the water for the fish, and the cycle repeats. We'll discuss that later in more detail, though. As I mentioned before, aquaponics is the combination of aquaculture and hydroponics. I also mentioned before that the aquaponics setup eliminates the need for massive filters in aquaculture. Trust me, they're big, and the addition of artificial nutrients in hydroponics. This reduces both the cost and maintenance required for both, not to mention that it produces both plants and fish. Aquaponics is also very space efficient and versatile. For example, I built a 10-gallon aquaponics system in my room for a goldfish and some plants for about $30. Currently, I'm constructing a 100-gallon system in my garage for tilapia and fresh produce. Others have built entire aquaponic greenhouses that produce food year-round. Talk about scalability. In order for aquaponics to work on so many levels, though, it must have a set process. And so I present to you the aquaponics cycle. Now we're going to quickly discuss the process that makes aquaponics possible. This is a brief overview, but I will go over it in much more detail in a future video. The cycle begins and ends with fish. First, the fish produce waste from the excessive amount of duckweed, a plant fish love, they are consuming. In this waste is the chemical ammonia, good for cleaning floors and killing things, but not much else. In order for the fish to survive and the water stay clean, how ironic, this ammonia must be transformed. That's where our good tiny bacterial friends come in. This cleaning crew converts the ammonia into nitrates, which is also poisonous. But wait, there's more. Even more bacteria comes along and converts these nitrates into nitrates, aka plant nutrients. Bacteria are perfect for this job, as they can inhabit the grow media of the system easily, and they multiply like crazy. Next, the nitrates are consumed by the roots of the plants. Oh yeah, don't worry. They have enough roots, like 5-foot-long roots for a 5-inch tall stem. Anyway, nitrates can mess with the gills of fish, so they take those out of the water, as well as many solids and algae. If you look at a balanced aquaponics system, it is actually surprisingly clean due to its herbaceous and bacterial janitors. After this, the fish have clean water and the cycle repeats. Well, that pretty much sums that up, so let's get on to the part that really matters, the environment. Well, not all of these are exactly environmental benefits, some of them are just quality of life or cost, but most of them help the big blue marble we call home. So let's get on with the drawing. Aquaponics is extremely space efficient. In the ancient days, we invented farming and decided, hey, why don't we try to cover the entire world with farmland? And the forests were laid low. But aquaponics solves this. Since it is usually done large scale in greenhouses, it can be done vertically. Every square foot of floor in an aquaponics greenhouse can hold many more plants than a farmer's field, not to mention that the plants grow way better. Water is a precious resource, especially in lesser developed regions. Normal farming uses 10 times the water aquaponics uses for the same plant produce, not even counting fish. 10 times. This makes aquaponics great for drier and less developed regions where good clean water is hard to come by. Aquaponics is also cost efficient and doesn't require the maintenance of a full-scale farm. And if you're worried about maintenance, aquaponics is great for automation, hence this channel. This automation, as well as the fact that aquaponics is in a greenhouse, keeps the plants and fish in a controlled environment. No drought, freeze, storm, insect epidemic, or alien invasion can harm a properly controlled aquaponics system. Aquaponics is also clean, as there's no need for pesticides, just use mint, and it produces big, healthy, nutrient-rich, and organic produce. If you can't tell, aquaponics is extremely good for the environment and humans. Aquaponics can also be incorporated into other sustainable systems, such as solar power and geothermal heating. Honestly, the question we should be asking is why aren't all of our farms aquaponic farms? I hope you learned a lot about aquaponics by watching this video. This video is the first one in an Intro to Aquaponics series, so if you're interested, stick around for the next one on different types of aquaponics systems. Also, if you're really intrigued by aquaponics, go and get started. There's a ton of great beginner material out there, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.